Okay, today we're going to be installing a Ricochet aluminum skid plate on a 2026 Kawasaki KLX300. I've got everything we need to install this here on the table. This is our new design that we just came out with. I've got a few simple tools. I've got a T40 socket drive, a T30 socket drive, a 10mm socket drive. I've got the hardware we provide to mount the skid plate, and then I've got an impact driver here. So we are gonna go ahead and install our skid plate now. So go ahead and take your 10mm socket. You can see we've got the stock baby skid plate on here. Really simple, just remove the 4 bolts. That'll come right off. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and reuse those mounting spots here. You've got the 2 in the back and the 2 in the little cross member here. And then we've got 2 clamps that we provide that'll hook onto the frame here. So the first thing is you wanna install this clamp. This is kind of the one that's hard to get in there. So don't leave that one to last because you'll have a really hard time getting it in there and getting it positioned correctly. So we've got our 2 clamps here. Just go ahead and unscrew those bolts in there. And we just send them that way to make sure they do thread in. We don't like giving out bad clamps if we can avoid it. So you can kind of position that skid plate and just see, familiarize yourself with how it mounts. Anytime you're installing a skid plate, it's good to just get kind of a visual, I think. This one's pretty much lines up itself for the most part. These 2 holes and these 2 holes back here should line right up. Pretty simple. So, you can come in and install this clamp first. You can put that skid plate at a bit of an angle. Get that clamp started. Always a good idea to have your tool ready to go, but you can see that's just hanging there. You can tighten it down a little bit, just so it hangs on there is fine. We've got 2 longer bolts, those go in the middle. So you can take your T30 and go ahead and just position that in there. You can thread that in a little bit. Go ahead and just reach up in there. Start the other clamp if you need to. We'll go ahead and take that other 30mm bolt. Start the other center hole in there. Just position those 2 holes so they line up.
Here you go.
Okay, once you have it all installed just loosely, you know, you can kind of position that in there. Then go ahead and tighten everything down. You know, there is some adjustability in our skid plates. This one is fairly self-aligning once you get these 6 mounting points started, so it should just mount right up. You know, go ahead and tighten it down. Let that impact driver do its work. That's our skid plate. You know, we had quite a few concerns over these front 2 bolts not sitting flush. We did address that. We changed the angle of those slots, and you should be able to tighten these down, get those bolts flush. The clamp is secure on the frame. That'll keep it from vibrating. These 2 bolts go right into the stock mounting positions. There you go. That's the KLX300 aluminum skid plate installation.